Hey, everybody out there, Chivas Varonil looking to close with style. Las Chiponas ready for Cruz Azul and Tapatio came out swinging on game day one. All that and more on We Go Chew Live. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latina America, and all you Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe. All you mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, el Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenidos todos a We Go Chew Live. Welcome everyone on behalf of myself and the team, Gaby Silva and Alfredo Rodriguez. Gaby, Alfredo, ¿cómo están?
Hi, Robert, and hi, everybody that's already starting the Chivas conversation. So happy to be back here. As always, a lot of excited information about Chivas Femenil, Tapatio, all that good stuff. So we are so happy to be back here with season 6. Hello, it's been a while. And also, just a quick disclaimer, if you see right here, it says Chivas TV, so we are official. This content is created specifically for all our Chiva hermanos that live outside Mexico and speak mostly in English. But this is actually for everybody because we speak Chivas. We can speak English, Spanish, Spanglish, whatever it is that you want because we speak Chivas. So thank you, everybody. And don't forget to follow us on all our official social media where you can follow this streaming on YouTube, on X, on everywhere, and the Chivas in English account. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabby. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chivermanos. Very excited to be here with you guys. Already vibing what will be this show, as Robert said at the beginning of the episode. We have Chivas Femenil, we have Tapatio, who's kicked off the tournament with a win. Of course, we're gonna speak about the team's 2 games in the League's Cup, especially the latest one against Charlotte FC. We have had some warm receptions by our Chivermanos in the USA for this time that we've been there. Thank you very much for that warm receptions. And hello to all of us, to all of you watching us in the Telemundo official platforms. Big shout out to everyone, and big shout out to everyone on the chat. We have Marilu, we have Pasión Chivas, we have some other Chivermanos watching us from Juarez, and of course, we have someone watching us from Cincinnati, Ohio. How are you guys? Very excited to be here for the next minutes, for the next hour. Why not? And ready to
That's
kick
right,
off.
my friends. And what a week. We told you last week it was going to be crazy football. Football.
Yes.
And we saw a new improved edition of Chivas versus Charlotte. We got to get into the groove. Let's talk about it. What's going on? I think Chivas deserved much more. I don't know about you guys, but I saw a different Chivas. Gaby, ¿tú qué pensaste? What did you think?
Okay, so
What's
I
up?
have a thing with Leagues Cup in general. So I have like this thing where I'm like so eager to watch this kind of tournaments again, like watching MLS against Liga MX. Like that's so fun, and we sometimes think that we should be like above and beyond, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and for some reason it just keeps happening for Chivas. I don't know what it is about, but I saw a different team play. I love, again, we've been talking a lot about Efrain Alvarez. We've been talking a lot about Ledesma, La Cotorro. So that is the highlight so far for me regarding Chivas games in Liga MX and now in Leagues Cup. But unfortunately, I mean, we can highlight a lot of things, right? And we can talk about. We're going to listen to our coach's words after the game and whatnot. But the reinforcements, that is what I would like to highlight the most, because what we're seeing from them and the strategic thing that they're proposing, right? Like every single part that they're doing, I think is very valuable right now for what Chivas needs. And yeah, I mean, to your point, Robert, what I would highlight, regardless of the result, which is not what we were expecting or wanting, because I mean, if you do the math, Chivas hasn't won a single game in League's Cup. This, okay, we got 2 points, but it was in penalty kicks. It was not on the field. I think we deserved better. I think we're still going to watch a very tight game against Cincinnati, because also they are almost in the second phase of League's Cup, but they also need to secure this game in particular against Chivas. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope we can close this edition of League's Cup 2025 on a good note, on a better note at least than what happened in 2024, winning this game specifically. So let's see what happens. I would like to highlight, and of course, what do you guys have to say as well, but what we've been seeing about from Efrain, Ledesma, and Gonzalez.
Yes,
Agreed,
I mean
agreed.
we have the let's say the good news that Richard Ledesma and Brian Gonzalez, they already scored their first official goals with El Rebaño. The team, pulled through a tough match. It was we were losing at some time, then we managed to end up tying the game. We probably don't have the same, let's say, the same. We haven't been playing together for as long as Charlotte FC has been doing so, because remember that these guys are in the middle of their MLS season. We're just kicking off Apertura after a long holiday, so it's we gotta see the glass half full. It's always I know it could be a little frustrating because we all want to see Chivas win, of course, in the international stage as well. Gotta remember that Apertura just kicked off, but yeah, we gotta stay with what we have. We have the first goals by Ledesma and Gonzalez, and we have an entire Apertura 2025 ahead of us, which I'm still very positive about and optimistic that the team can carry out, a good performance in the tournament.
Agreed, agreed. I think that the positive note are the refuerzos, right? They came out swinging. They're able to produce on the pitch, and they have good understanding between them. I like to point out the resilience of our team, because every time it seems like we have a forward motion, we get tripped up. Okay, ahead of the match against Cincinnati, we know that Chivas has no chance of advancing to the next round. But I have to put my finger in an old wound and talk about what happened back in 2023 when the team from Ohio kicked us out of the League's Cup as well. So, Gabi, Alfredo, what do you think? Are we going to be the ones that upset it for Cincinnati this time around? What do you guys think? It's up for
Oh, yeah,
grabs. Who wants it?
we can take it. We can take revenge of that. Why not? It's always a motivation.
I've
But
seen
what
Chivas play well, though, is what I
yeah,
mean.
but what don't we listen first to what our head coach Gabriel Milito had to say about this after that game?
No, nos debe servir el tercer partido para seguir agarrando ritmo, mejorando aspectos y fortaleciendo otros aspectos que el equipo viene haciendo bien. Y bueno, intentaremos ganar el partido, más allá de que las posibilidades se agotaron y no tengamos chance. Nuestra responsabilidad es siempre salir y representar al club de la mejor manera, dar lo mejor cada uno de nosotros, y así lo entendemos. Así lo entiendo yo, así lo entienden los jugadores. Por lo tanto, saldremos a jugar con el profesionalismo de siempre, con la seriedad de siempre y con la idea de ganar.
Yo creo que la victoria de mañana va a ser muy importante. Creo que tenemos que seguir reflejando lo que se viene trabajando. Por más que los resultados no se han dado, creo que el trabajo del equipo y la entrega ahí ha estado. Creo que va a ser un lindo partido para poder irnos de la mejor manera. Estamos en Chivas, es un equipo grande y tenemos que ganar todos los partidos, obviamente, o hacer todo para ganar, Creo que no, como dice el profesor, no es de merecimiento, pero tenemos que terminar el torneo dignamente y va a ayudar para la liga a llegar fuertes y estar listos para el torneo de México.
Vuelvo a repetir que estoy satisfecho, que siento que estamos por el buen camino. Me gusta la entrega con la que juegan los jugadores, me gusta con el compromiso que lo hacen, me gusta que todos atacamos y todos defendemos. O sea, hay un montón de puntos que para mí como entrenador, que trabajo con ellos cada día, eh, los veo muy positivo y de cara al futuro me da mucho ánimo y confianza. Eh, Después el deporte es deporte y que todos queremos ganar y bueno, y a veces se puede, a veces no se puede y lo importante es seguir, ¿no? Seguir con confianza, seguir creyendo, seguir construyendo, seguir construyendo y vamos a construir en la medida de que miremos siempre para adelante, ¿no? Ganando hay que mirar para adelante, perdiendo hay que mirar para adelante, no hay que quedarse enganchado demasiado en la victoria, no hay que quedarse tampoco demasiado enganchado en la derrota. Siempre lo que viene para mí es lo más importante y generar esa dinámica positiva que la estamos construyendo, que aún queda recorrido, pero siento que vamos bien. No, a mí no me... Si hubiésemos quedado afuera y el equipo hubiese jugado espantosamente mal y no hubiese tenido absolutamente nada, bueno, estaría acá diciendo otra cosa, no solamente diciendo que los resultados no nos acompañaron, sino que estaría preocupado por el rendimiento del equipo. No es el caso. Acá no nos acompañaron los resultados, pero yo con el nivel del equipo estoy satisfecho, con el compromiso de los jugadores que los veo cada día, estoy muy contento y creo que con el paso del tiempo y con tiempo iremos siendo cada vez más fuertes.
Creo que llevamos, como tú dices, algunas temporadas acá. Hemos peleado una final, hemos peleado cosas de liguilla y creo que eh, el éxito no solo es quedar campeón, creo que ese es el objetivo, pero yo en lo personal he madurado muchísimo, he crecido cosas no solo como futbolista, como persona, más sin embargo también sé que hay cierto tipo de detalles que puedo seguir mejorando. Creo que eso es a veces lo que marca la diferencia de ganar o perder. Y creo que se tienen que dar muchas cosas que creo que se están trabajando para estar más cerca del campeonato. Y creo que estamos en un grupo, como tú lo dices, que los refuerzos llegaron y encajaron de manera perfecta, el nuevo cuerpo técnico. Creo que todos estamos en la misma línea. Y mira, es muy difícil hablar de hoy de este torneo, pero creo que se habla todos los días, cada fin de semana, y estoy seguro que el aficionado puede estar tranquilo y feliz de que va a recibir lo que quiere de su equipo.
So
There
there
we
we
go.
go. Cincinnati's playing for the spot for the next round. It's tied. It has 4 points. And it has tied in the 4th position with 4 other teams in the MLS table. I think we could do it. I would love to see us do it.
I think right now what we should be thinking or aiming towards too is at least winning this last game. We know that our possibilities are like almost zero, right? At this point to go to the second phase of League's Cup. Like I don't know what has to happen, what combinations need to happen, but Cincinnati needs to win so they can secure the spot and they're going to try their best. So it's going to be hard. It's going to be a very tight game. But I think right now we should be thinking, of course, about closing this tournament in the best shape possible. And of course, think about what's going on in Liga MX. I just want to highlight something very, very, very quickly. I promise it's going to be very quick. I was watching the last game against the game of Leagues Cup, and I was listening to the commentary in Spanish, and a very good old friend of Chivas, Jesus Bracamontes, was saying like, you know what? I think it's a lot of bad luck also because they didn't deserve to end this game. They were winning, right? They deserved more. They deserved to at least leave this with a win with the 3 points, with the whole 3 points. He was also talking about that Chivas should have win against Leon. Like they shouldn't have lost against Leon. So it's a very sad combination of bad results and bad luck. I know there's a lot of things to work on. Again, we've been highlighting the reinforcements, and Milito said it himself. I like what I'm seeing from my team. It's just that we need to complete the job and we need to finish the job in order to get more results, right? Of course, you have to win these games. There's no other way. But I mean, again, slowly but surely, I guess.
Slowly
For
but
sure.
surely. And
And you know, I don't.
Braca
Yeah,
knows about that when he was the DT of Chivas. He had a good team, I think. It wasn't the greatest team, but he had a lot of strings of rough luck. Rough luck. Alfredo, you were saying.
Oh yes, I was gonna say that I don't really notice, a bad atmosphere. Let's say in the social media. I mean, you always have the bots, but from the real fans, I don't really notice, a bad mood of the Chivermanos. For example, we have Carlos. He says that se tiene que confiar. Va empezando el proyecto, se tiene que dar confianza arriba de las Chivas. We also have Luis Eduardo Ruiz, who says arriba las Chivas. So we have, I think that the people are appreciating the work. We also have Carlos Daniel Vasquez in the house. So I think that there's, people are excited about this project, and the excitement that we have, no one, like, the League's Cup is not going to take it from us, because I believe that most Chivermanos, their latest memory was the comeback against Atlético San Luis the weekend before the last one, about 10 days ago. I think that that's the latest, let's say, strong memory amongst the Chivarmanisa, right? So that's what I perceive, and I'm pleased to see that people are not getting deceived for what just happened in the League's Cup.
And I think we closed the match, although suffering. It had a good taste in our mouths. No, I mean that last play against Charlotte. I mean, we could say a million things, no, because that was something that was not expected. We were almost finishing. I like the
That
resilience.
last minute. Oh my
The
God.
last minute, yes, woman. I was dying. I was like ready to celebrate. Uh,
Right.
but anyway, we're going to come back with the win, okay? Because next Sunday, we have a match against Santos in Torreon, okay? So we're going to have to come back with through that resilience. What we have been speaking about before. Do you believe? I believe. And I think that the Chiva Nation believes. And as you said, Alfredo, the the vibe out there in the web or in the Chivaverse is very quiet. Very quiet. So, where can we watch this match? Vamos a ver. Where to watch? Chivas versus FC Cincinnati. Thursday, that's tomorrow, 5 p.m. Mexico time. Remember, you could either watch it on Apple TV via the season pass, and the United States, the same thing. So you're going to have to subscribe to the Apple. Take a bite out of the Apple. I'm saying close match 2-1. Alfredo, what do you say?
Yes, we're finishing off strong. We gotta take it as a strong practice for what's to come in Liga MX. They say se juega como se entrena. So I'm aiming for a 3-1 Chivas win against Cincinnati.
Gabi?
Oh my God. I am hoping it's going to be another tie and another penalty kick shootout. Oh my God. I don't know.
No. We
I
need
don't.
a
I'm
first win.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have a thing at love and hate relationship with Leagues Cup, so I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the second time we're facing Cincinnati? I think the first edition we faced them, right?
2023,
Yes,
yes.
And
we
they
did.
won. I don't even remember.
They did.
Oh my gosh.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going. I'm going for the tie again. I'm yeah. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know, man.
My mind is already in Liga MX, so yeah.
Me
Me
too,
too.
me too. But I just like, I love seeing Chivas win all the time, even if this was a friendly
Hopefully.
match.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to think. Cincinnati's playing very well, though. And we know that it's one of those teams, right? But there we go. I'm going 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
2-1, me, personally.
2-1. But the most important thing about the Cincinnati match is as Milito said in the press conference, what we see from the team. You know, the pace in which we move the ball, the intensity under which we pressure when we don't have the ball, and all the energy, all the rhythm, because that's what we gotta see. We gotta see a Chivas that, regardless of the results, that that is intense, that plays some nice football. Because I'm sure that if we have that, we're gonna win the great majority of the games. And as Milito said, he's not really preoccupied by what happened in the League's Cup results wise, because he saw the team functioning, he saw the team working well, and he saw the team employing all the concepts that we have been working since June when the preseason began. So if he sees the team working, if he's happy, we gotta be fine. We gotta let him work. We gotta let the team work as well. And I'm pretty sure that good things are yet to come.
I think the whole Chiva Nation is sure of that. We're all hoping, and I think as I said, we gotta believe. We gotta believe. Gabi,
Yes,
it's
sir.
your time, my friend.
It's
Femenil, díganos, ¿qué
time.
está pasando
It's
con
time.
las
So,
chingonas?
from not very good news from Leagues Cup to not very good news in Liga MX Femenil. Unfortunately, Chivas Femenil lost against Santos Femenil also in the last minute. So frustrating, but the girls did it good. Had a good game. Remember that we had Caro Jaramillo and Licha Cervantes didn't make the trip. Caro Jaramillo had a red card in the last game, and Licha was just for precaution. She was not in the team, and she didn't make the trip to Torreon. So that's that. And unfortunately, I think at times it showed that we needed at least Caro Jaramillo in the midfield. Yamile Franco did it amazing, but you need that kind of leadership and that kind of expertise that someone like Caro Jaramillo brings to the table, right? So this is the first time we have loss in Apertura 2025. Nothing to worry about. Remember that we were coming from 3 consecutive wins, and I'm pretty sure the girls are going to do it okay the next time. Remember that this Friday we're facing Cruz Azul at home again. And we are aiming, of course, for those 3 points as well. We are undefeated against Cruz Azul. But before getting into what's going to happen next, let's listen to what Mr. Antonio Contreras had to say before the game, after the game.
Bueno, unas veces se gana y otras se aprende. Espero que de esta aprendamos, yo el primero y luego el resto de mis jugadoras, por supuesto. Muchas veces las derrotas te ponen los pies en el suelo, ¿no? Y muchas veces también es importante trabajar, como digo, siempre me pongo yo el primero, ¿vale? Con los pies en el suelo, sabiendo lo que queremos, pero no perdernos mucho en el camino. Con todo lo bonito que hicimos el día de Juárez, porque el día de Juárez, la verdad, que con 10 jugadoras durante casi una hora el equipo estuvo muy ordenado, bien tácticamente. Hoy por momentos creo que perdimos muchas fases del partido, y por qué no decirlo, ¿no? También creo que nos contagiamos mucho de juego rival y supieron llevarnos a su juego por momentos, ¿no? Nos perdimos por el camino, no supimos encontrarnos, no estuvimos por fases del juego ordenados, y esto pasa, ¿no? Si nuestro equipo está ordenado es portería cero. Si nuestro equipo se desordena y comete errores, pues seguramente lo acabas pagando, ¿no? Vamos a seguir trabajando, vamos a seguir dejándonos el alma por este escudo, por nuestra gente, y bueno, y lo bueno que tiene el fútbol y que te da siempre son nuevas oportunidades, nuevos retos, ¿no? El fútbol solo es fútbol, nos apasiona, nos gusta, pero solo es fútbol, ¿vale? La vida continúa, mañana vuelve a salir el sol, mañana volvemos a entrenar y mañana volvemos a estar ilusionados. Mañana no, ahora mismo ya tenemos que estar ilusionados.
there you have it. So yes, I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I think El Profe Contreras is very aware of this fact. It was a very unfortunate game, a very unfortunate loss. We were talking about previously about what the statistic is about Chivas Femenil and against Santos, but this time it was not in our favor. But let's also listen to Adriana Iturbide and what she had to say.
Sí, creo que, después del partido de Juárez también ni éramos las mejores y ahora pues con esta derrota tampoco somos las peores. Creo que es importante pues mantenernos humildes, siempre saber que cada rival trabaja para este tipo de partidos, que representamos un club al que pues es motivante jugar en contra, entonces pues no hay ningún minuto ni momento de relajación. Creo que nos llevamos buen aprendizaje, ¿no? No todo fue malo. Siempre hay cosas que mejorar, hay cosas que aprender y creo que el equipo está tranquilo, está consciente de que pues hay que seguir trabajando y pues al final creo que el grupo ha estado trabajando bien y tenemos que mantenernos pues en esa línea, ¿no? Sabemos que eso es lo que al final nos va a terminar dando resultados positivos como lo había estado haciendo.
Después del partido contra Santos, ¿cuáles fueron más bien las conclusiones generales de ustedes de qué es lo que hizo falta justo para llevarse ese aprendizaje y aplicarlo en los partidos que siguen?
Pues creo que principalmente el saber que no existe un solo culpable, sino que pues como equipo siempre hay que afrontar, ¿no? Victorias y derrotas. Cuando ganamos todas, cuando perdemos todas. Al final lo importante es respaldarnos dentro y fuera de la cancha, ¿no? Sabemos que un mal partido lo puede tener quien sea y que finalmente también en estos momentos se ve cuando un equipo está unido y cuando un equipo realmente está para respaldar a las compañeras y creo que estamos en ese momento, ¿no? En el que Chivas Femenil pues es un plantel que apoya y se arropa y creo que pues va a ser importante también.
¿Qué han visto del rival? ¿Qué creen que hay que justo tener mucha atención para poder sacar los 3 puntos este viernes?
Sí, ¿no? Ya sabemos que todos los equipos cada vez trabajan mejor, cada vez la liga va creciendo en cuanto a nivel de competencia y pues también, ¿no? También Cruz Azul está trabajando en lo suyo, hemos analizado pues algunos otros partidos, el parado, donde vamos a encontrar los espacios y creo que si hacemos lo que hemos trabajado tanto ayer como hoy, creo que vamos a poderles vulnerar y creo que como dices, ¿no? En el Akron se nos suelen dar las cosas, entonces creo que por ahí ese factor también va a ser importante.
And there you have it. And remember that every single press conference and interviews you can watch on Chivas TV and Chivas official YouTube channel. So what's going to happen and what's coming next for Chivas Femenil? So we're playing this Friday against Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul currently in the 13th position of the general table. They only have 3 points. Remember that we have 9. It's looking good. Again, Adriana said it in her interview. El Akron nos sienta bien. So we should aim also for that. It's a game at home with our Chiva Hermanos and Chiva Hermanas. So we are just turning the page, as we always say. It was an unfortunate loss against Santos, but also remember that Carolina Jaramillo is going to be back. And I hope Licha Cervantes is also going to be back, so they're going to be eligible to play this game against Cruz Azul. So let's see what happens. Oh, and remember that we are also heading towards doble jornada. It's going to be against Toluca and against Clásico Tapatio, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to secure these 3 points against Cruz Azul at home so we can go to Toluca, do our thing, and come back and get that Clásico Tapatio that we much, much, much need. So what do you guys think about this?
That's a lot of football for 1 week. And the Clásico, right? And none of the games are easy. That's what I'm looking at right now.
No.
What about you, Pedro? What do you think?
Going to Toluca is always tough. We gotta make the best out of the match against Cruz Azul this Friday. Then we gotta go to Toluca. We gotta come back to Guadalajara. We're playing at the we're playing away against Atlas. We have, let's say, a rich history against Cruz Azul. I think that we have gotten some really good results against El Cuadro Cementero. Actually, we have defeated them 9 times, and we have tied 5 times in 14 matches that we have faced Cruz Azul. Yes, that's right. We've never lost against Cruz Azul in Liga MX Femenil, 9 wins and 5 ties. Of course, one of the most remembered wins was a 5-1 away win back in Apertura 2023. And listen to this, it is a 29-9 in all the matches of Liga MX against Cruz Azul. Yes, 29 goals for Chivas, only 9 for Cruz Azul. So there is a clear dominance by Chivas Femenil against El Cuadro Cementero. It's a 29-9 in goals scored since Liga MX Femenil kicked off. Our top scorer against them is Alicia Cervantes, who has scored 9. And yeah, we gotta keep unbeaten and make it 10 wins out of the 15 matches that we're gonna be soon playing against them. We're unbeaten against them, so we gotta keep that.
Incredible goal difference, no?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yes,
29-9. Oh. It's definitely, well, let's hope that Licha can keep scoring.
Yeah, and
Yes.
remember that she was not in the game against Santos, because she was just on precaution, because everybody was like, "Is she injured? Is she blah, blah?" No, it's just a precaution, just to keep an eye on her, and she didn't make the trip, so that is that. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to be back on Friday against Cruz Azul. But yeah, what are your score predictions for this Friday?
Aye. With that 29-9, I'm going to go big. 3-0.
You should.
I'm a
3-0.
dreamer.
Okay.
I'm a dreamer.
Alfredo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the exact same result that we got against them the last time that they visited the Akron, which is a
Okay.
2-0.
I like
for
that.
Chivas.
And I like the fact that you two are also not allowing any goals. I like that. And
Right.
my score prediction is going to be a 3-0. So let's
Okay.
see what happens. So before we wrap this up, where can we watch this Friday? Please, where? There, that's it. Okay, Liga MX Femenil, Chivas Femenil against Cruz Azul Femenil this Friday, August 8th. In Mexico, you can watch through Prime Video and Tubi, and of course in the United States, en la Casa de las Chivas en los Estados Unidos, Telemundo Deportes, 5:05 p.m. Mexico time. If you're in a different time zone, you know what to do. But yeah, there we go. This Friday against Cruz Azul, we need those 3 points back. And yeah, why are you laughing at me, producción?
I like what Curtis says. He says, as I always say, a little home cooking makes all the difference. 5-0 Chivas.
Yeah, Curtis is all about the big scores, and he is a true believer in Chivas Femenil. So, Curtis, yes, thank you.
There we go. There we go. Alfredo, you have a lot to talk about as well, my friend, because Tapatio started off with a bang, my brother. Tell us all about it.
Exactly. Yeah, so Tapatio made its debut in Apertura 2025 last Sunday. We kicked off by beating Atlético La Paz at Estadio Akron. It was a 2-0 win for El Tapatio. So first 3 points are in the bag after the first match day. We gotta say that with the win, we actually made it 3 wins per side against Atlético La Paz. So let's say we emparejar la balanza, right? We equaled the balance against them. Santiago Sandoval made his debut in Liga Expansión. MX, he had, a notable match. He actually scored his first goal and he gave an assist. So he participated in both Tapatio goals. Also, we had Vladimir Moragrega, who scored his first goal for El Tapatio, an assist by Santi Sandoval. As mentioned earlier, Raúl Nuño made his debut with El Tapatio as well. He got onto the pitch at the 24th minute. So congratulations for Nuño for making his debut with the highest Cantera Rojiblanca team. So good news for El Tapatio, and we gotta keep them coming. The team will now be playing match day 2. So let me check who it's going to be against. But it's always good to kick off with a win, especially in Liga Expansión, that it's so short, only 15 match days. So the dynamic under which you kick off Liga Expansión is so important. Actually, Tapatio is playing its second match this Friday. We're visiting Mérida on Friday night. So we're going for that 6 out of 6.
What happened?
We lost it there a little
And there
bit.
we have,
There we go.
yes, there we have on screen. Yeah, beautiful goal, beautiful goal. There we have on screen the highlights of El Tapatio on Sunday. And yeah, guys, it's in Liga Expansión. It's so important, the dynamic under which you kick off the tournament. There's not really a lot of time to, you know, recover yourself if you don't kick off well. So that it's always important to get a good position on the table and defend it all the way.
And I agree with those 4 new signings. I mean, they played three of them played against La Paz, and they were able to, and one of them scored a goal. I liked what they were doing, man. And they seemed to fit in perfectly with the team from last season. So I expect that we're going to be able to see Sandoval, Moragrega, Nuno up with the starting, I don't know, maybe next season with our top professional team. It could be. Because if you look at the way they're playing very, very smoothly. Very smooth.
Yes, if we speak about the reinforcements that have been added to Arturo Ortega's team, actually they've had a lot of participation. For example, we have Abraham Villegas, who disputed the entire 90 minutes the other day on Sunday. Concretely, he played in of course as a defender as he is, and we gotta say that he had an 82% of effectivity rate in his passing. We then had Jorge Guzman, who disputed 67 minutes of the match on the left wing. He showcased great personality, great speed, and he was sneaky when getting on, when getting when incorporating himself to the attack, and when generating danger on that flank. Moragrega kicked off. He went off until the 84th minute. He scored his first goal and shoot to goal on 3 occasions. So that's always good. And we gotta say that Emiliano Freifeld is still waiting for his debut. Let's see if he debuts this Friday against Merida. So the guys that have been incorporated to the team, they've kicked off with the right foot for El Tapatio.
And so, where can we watch this match, Alfredo? Where can we see it live?
Yes, so this is on Friday. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Central Mexican time, 8 p.m. Central Time of the United States. And if you're in Mexico, you're gonna be able to watch it on IAMS. This is against Venados de Yucatan. So hopefully, you guys manage to get the time to watch it. And if you're in the USA, well, you can. There's always ways, right? But you can also follow it on the official Cantera Rojiblanca Twitter page, which will bring you the live action of El Tapatio's match directly from the stadium.
AYM Sports. A lot of soccer, my
AYM
friends.
Sports.
No?
Sports. Yeah, that's the name of the network.
So much football. So
And
much.
it's so exciting. I mean, for me, it's so exciting to see Tapatio because remember, like, it's the next generation. Like, remember those names. Remember who scores. Remember who's doing great because you are probably going to see those guys in Primera División. So, yeah, Cantera Rojiblanca all the way.
Definitely, definitely. And as we've seen, they keep moving and just
That's
enough and enough.
Yep.
And that, my friends, is a wrap. That's all we had for this week, my friends. Hopefully, Topitio, Chivas, and Las Chingonas will be able to hold our colors up high. And then next week, we'll have a different type of conversation, one that's filled with exuberance and bubbles.
And bubbles.
You know? Bubbles.
And 3 points.
Oh
And
my
3
God.
points, my friends. Or 6. I'd rather 6 because there's 3. Well, we're going to beat Cincinnati. That's 3. And then 3, of course, on Sunday. So, boom. Bada bing. Bada bow.
It will be so, yes, it will be so important to win against Santos in Torreon. It's always a tough visit going to Torreon, but bringing back the 3 points will be oro puro.
Plus, they're not doing so well up in Torreon, from what I've heard. So, hopefully, yes.
Yeah, they're not, but it's
Yeah.
always a.
They play differently. Everybody plays differently against Chivas. All you out there in the Chivaverse, everybody out in the chat, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Si Dios quiere. Be good, have fun, and believe.
Arriba las
Everyone.
Chivas.